Yes. You will be wising from my grave. Although there's no voice sample in that one, unfortunately. How's my voice? There we go. Well, that's the thing, Tyrion. They might not have. Some of these have questionable, legal ties. We'll go over them when we get there. There we go. Oh, there's plenty more than just Sega stuff. There we go. Okay. I just cautiously took a look at the side and I'm like, my mister's about to do a nosedive off my, or not off the desk, but into a lower part of the desk, and I don't want that to happen. And let us get this show on the road. So, hello, and welcome to a Saturday edition of Retro Rank Rhapsody. So I held, as I normally do, a whole poll on my Discord that determines what kind of things I am taking a look at in the month. This month's theme was either 8-bit, 16-bit, or 32/64-bit. And 8-bit won by a very narrow margin, but it did in fact win. And all three of those had some pretty interesting ones, but we're taking a look at 8-bit stuff in the month of March. And one of the things for 8-bit that I wanted to do, and this is actually just something I've kind of wanted to do a little bit more of because it's something that I kind of think is interesting, which is taking a look at ports of various games. Because usually when I do like a game, particularly like ports of like arcade games, I usually just look at the arcade game and I'm like, okay, I'll just move on. But, you know, more people probably got familiar with some games through their home ports. And one of the fun things about home ports is that they can go to pretty much, well, anything you can port the game to. However, you know, when there are certain companies like make games for arcades, they're probably not going to show up on, say, competitors, you know, stuff. For example, you didn't really see a lot of Nintendo stuff on a lot of Sega things. Though mostly Nintendo kind of got out of the arcade game like after like 83. They didn't really do much arcade-wise other than, you know, basically doing arcade ports of their home stuff. So kind of actually going in reverse. But what I'm kind of getting to is Sega was one of the major, you know, console developers back in the 80s. And they also were very heavily involved in the arcade business. So their stuff got ported to, you know, home consoles, and mostly to that to, you know, their own stuff like the SG-1000, the Master System / Mark III, you know, eventually the Mega Drive, you know, that kind of stuff. The thing with that is, of course, they're going to do it to their home thing, and much like Nintendo really didn't put stuff on Sega platforms, Sega didn't officially put stuff on Nintendo's platforms. However, Sega, if you're familiar with their history, a lot of old Sega stuff, Sega arcade games, are not exclusively Sega games. They have been doing, side deals with, or not side deals. They've collaborated with other companies to make some of their arcade games. A very famous example that we're actually going to see a little bit later on, we're not going to start with it. One that we're going to see is Fantasy Zone, which was partially developed with Sunsoft. So there are other companies involved. And also other companies like to make money. So therefore, they want the games that they've worked on to show up on other platforms. And the other major platform other than the Mark III for at least 8-bit stuff was the NES. In fact, probably the dominant platform for both the US and Japan. And it kind of, Sega wants to make money, so I guess they kind of wanted to license out their games to, be developed on the NES. However, they don't want to also devote, actual hardware, or like actual development to stuff that they can, they want to focus on their own thing. So usually these ports in fact, not usually, these ports always were done by the hands of other people. So we are taking a look at a handful of arcade games that got ported to the NES through various means. And the one I'm going to start with is probably one of the more basic ones. And this is a more interesting one because this is one that, this was, I'm pretty sure, an entirely Sega thing, but this got officially licensed to Sunsoft for development for the Famicom, which then eventually came out over here. Also, this is kind of an interesting one because this game was a little squirrely in terms of release in general, not just even in the home port. We're going to take a look at Afterburner first. And first things we're going to do, actually, I'm going to do this real quick. Also, another thing that I should mention for today's stream is I am going to do all these because, it's just easy enough. And, I was playing with it yesterday, so it makes sense that, I'm just going to keep on doing it. We're doing more Mr. stuff today. So also this will allow me to hop around various platforms because I might want to take a look at other ports of these games as they come up. So we're going to start with the NES. So Afterburner. If you are not familiar with Afterburner, Afterburner is a game that definitely came out after Top Gun came out, and it is a flight sim, quote unquote. But yeah. So here's the fun thing about this particular release. We're going to take a look mostly through the Japanese version. However, the US version we'll take a look at briefly, but they're pretty much the same. I believe the Famicom one is slightly more powerful, or like slightly more enhanced in terms of sound samples. I don't know if it uses a different, chip, but it definitely is a little bit more advanced. So let's just use this version. So also, fun thing about this game, if you're familiar with how... Also, I need to figure out where the volume needs to be. Because balancing between different things on the Mister is a little tricky. That should be good. I've never actually seen this little intro. So this port was done by Sunsoft, as I mentioned. Oh, that's just it. So this was, I believe, a game that came out using the Super Scalar kind of derivative board. So, side stream should be available, and hello there.
Hello.
Also, I might need to bump your audio up. As I said, it's a little weird trying to get volume with this thing going.
Was it called Red Run? That was some bootleg name.
No, this is... On the cartridge itself, it's Afterburner. In the game itself, it's Afterburner 2. But Afterburner was such a weird release in arcade that it doesn't matter. Okay. So I'm just gonna play this normally. As you can kind of imagine, the NES is not capable of doing super scaling, and this is incredibly disorienting. Also, you don't want to shake left and right very fast. Well, you do kind of there. Also, that's the Afterburner experience. So if you barely go left, or is it, do I have to do a threshold or something, or? Yeah, this is about the Afterburner experience. Yep, and then, yep. Or do I, oh, is it, do I have to do a circle? I don't know exactly how to do the roll, but then again, I didn't know how to do the roll in the arcade version either.
I played one of the 3D Afterburners that are like on the arcade cabinet that has like the control stick. And it's really fucking good.
Yeah. This is not great. Oh, I got shot, I guess.
This looks pretty bad. Do you think there's like this conspiracy that the Sega games are intentionally bad to make the NES look bad?
I don't know, because I guess Sunsoft would want to, you know, not be tarnished their name. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and do this so I can see a little bit more. That's great, because we haven't, like, taken a look at, like, Exarion, which is an earlier Famicom game. Because also, coincidentally, a lot of these ports came out in 1989, which is pretty late in the NES's lifespan. Because I don't even know if technically these graphics are could consider them good. Also, I'd almost say that I'd rather play the Top Gun NES game over this. Also, fun thing, because Japanese games do this a lot. Select is your pause button, and start is an actual button that you need to press for, like, actually turning on the afterburners.
Yeah, I mean, most of these games that use superscalar tech, even on the Master System, they're just like, okay. Like, Outrun on the Master System is probably, like, alright, and there's also the Space Harrier version for the Master System, which is pretty good. But in general, like, getting the superscalar feel only really works on the Mega Drive.
Yep. Yeah, I think I might actually I don't know if I've ever played the Master System version of Afterburner, so I might actually put that on in a sec. Yeah, Afterburner, like, I was slightly mixed on Afterburner because I always, like, ate shit super fast in Afterburner, so it's, like, not one that I put a lot of quarters into. But it was, I mean, it was a game you saw everywhere, so it was very popular.
I think it's, like, it's fun to experience, it's very stylish, but it is definitely one of those games where you put in 1 or 2 quarters and then you kind of bugger off.
Well, what was cool, the place I remember seeing Afterburner the most, or like my most experience with it, was at a miniature golf course that also had Super Thunderblade, which I actually kind of prefer Thunderblade to Afterburner, because it's a little bit slower and not quite as bullshit. Also, I think that was one of the games that you will play for a certain amount of time before it'll let you game over. So that was also nice.
Yeah, there are a few like that. Like, they give you, like, infinite, like, tries until you play the minimum amount of time.
Yeah. And yeah. Also, the thing with Afterburner is we've essentially seen the entire game at this point, because it's not like, oh, you'll come across a boss. You just play.
What was the other... There was one other NES game that's like flying the plane and shooting.
There's
not like Top Gun.
So you would have... So there's also Ultimate Air Combat. Oh, hey, we actually get to hear Afterburner.
Let me look it up.
Because there's 3 games in the Top Gun trilogy, or 3 games that are in the Top Gun kind of style. Which is Top Gun 2, it's not the Power Fighters, that's something else. And then Laser Invasion is also part of that.
Specifically, I think I remember... Was it Sky Destroyer? I remember playing one that was basically like, you fly a lot, and then you up, like the background changes color. I think it might be Sky Destroyer I'm thinking of.
There's also Ultimate Air Combat.
No, I looked it up, it's not that. This one
Okay.
Isometric segments.
Oh, then yeah, I think that's Sky Shark. Or maybe it was Sky Destroyer. Anyway, also, I think that's good for that version of Afterburner. Let's take a look at what the US version looks like. Oh, right, it's going to be listed as unlicensed. Because this did not come out officially. This was one of the multitude of games that got ported over here by Tengen. So it showed up in a black cartridge. I want... Where's Afterburner? There it is. So it's not as fancy and the music is slightly different for some reason.
I too love to brand my video game company on Warfare vehicles.
So yeah, there's some slight differences in the US version, but it's practically the same game.
It sounds pretty different.
Yeah. And that's the thing, it's like the sounds are different, but it also looks slightly different. And yeah, Falchion also exists. That is that's almost more like a Space Harrier than a Afterburner. God. The thing with the Afterburner soundtrack is, like, I really like the tunes, although I really like them when it's the melody versions. Which no ports really do, unfortunately. Because that actually might have been, like, an Afterburner thing. Yeah, this doesn't look great. Oop. Oh, there we go. So yeah, that's the US version of Afterburner. It's pretty similar. Before we actually go to rank this, I'm curious, because I am not super familiar with this. Okay, that system. I'll just do the US version. Oh, it's an FM game. Okay. Oh, that's crispy.
The nice Master System.
Ooh.
Deep fire.
Oh, I had to turn this down.
Oh man, now I remember this version.
Oh boy. I wasn't expecting the framiness.
You don't like stop motion jet fighting?
I'm not a huge fan of it. God, there's also...
Yeah, this is why, like, when I think of Super Scalar converted in the Master System, the only ones I think of are Space Harrier and Outrun.
Yeah. Oh, hey, this uses the melody version, though, of the music. So at least it has that going for it.
a good time to open up the side stream. Ow! Yeah, even with it lowered, I don't like it.
Yeah, this is, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of a Lynx game.
Yeah, I can see it. This is an interesting sound effects choice.
Yeah, it's kind of the problem with, like, I kind of actually, like, I know not a lot of people are a fan of it, but I actually like the FM music. Problem is, make the sound effects not that good.
I think this is gonna be a first for me, but I've muted the side stream because I can.
Yeah, it sounds really. I can test it because I'm doing like a master stream on Monday. But I'm pretty sure this is what it sounds like in actual hardware too.
I would definitely like. I don't think that's like that sounds like it should. How I would imagine it would sound. But yeah. All right, that was Afterburner. All right,
Sure
but
was.
let's go ahead and put that on the board. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So originally I just had that I am going to also make a decision to also put the Master System version on there.
Are you gonna make a distinction between the US and Japanese versions?
Not for the NES, not for the NES version, because I don't think there's that much of a difference. Oh, also, oh yeah, also that is Sega themselves doing that. And then these two. There we go. Okay. Afterbird for the NES is not that great.
You said you wanted to play Top Gun more than that, and I think that speaks volumes.
I also have a wild fascination with Top Gun for the NES, but that's also... I feel like that game gets a bad rap, but... God, where would I even consider that? Because I'm kind of looking at 16 right here. Got stuff like James Pond and Duke Nukem Time to Kill.
James Bond 1 or 2?
That's 1.
Okay. Yeah, 1's pretty not great.
There's also Herzog Zwei, Paradroid, Redneck Rampage, Replicart, Strider.
What's in 17?
Let's see, we got Shack and Pop, Eight Eyes, Foxanadu, Hook, Jersey Devil, Mock Rider, Mooncrust.
I think Mock Rider is comparable.
Yeah. Also, I see Panzer Dragoon Mini, which is also, in a weird way, well, not quite.
It's very much one of those endless NES games that you would probably even see in a multi-card.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you play it for a bit and then you put it down. And I think like Mock Rider and the OG Bomberman, they all kind of fit into that.
Okay. Space Harrier 2 is also in 17, which...
To be fair, the Mega Drive version is pretty bad.
It is. Yeah, I think 17 is good for that. Let's see. I'm gonna say the art doesn't look good. Like, the individual detailed sprites were okay, but it's the way they're used just doesn't look good. So I'm gonna say that for the NES version. And I think that's kind of all I'd put down. It's just not a great way of playing Afterburner. Master System, though, if the Master System wasn't so framey, I would say it's a lot better, but it's that framiness that just makes it feel very disorienting. Like, as we'll see, that is not me meaning to slight the Master System. I just don't think anything can do it that well. Outside of maybe the, like, once you got to, like, the 32X, you might be able to do it well. Let's see. How about, like, one tier lower? So I'm trying to look to see what we got. We got the NES version of Karate Champ. Magician Lord. Mortal Kombat Mythologies. The NES Turtles game, or the first one. Us versus them. Wonder Boy 3 Monster Lair. Yeah, I kind of think that 18 is probably a good spot for that one. That one, the framiness of that one kind of killed that one. I also don't think it'll look that good. Also, I'm going to put a question for the sound effects. I bet you if I was doing the PSG version of the Master System, it would sound a lot better. I just don't think that one really worked well with the FM sound chip.
Yeah, it's
So.
It's a rough one.
Yeah. So there is Afterburner. So what do we got next up on the docket? Oh, that's the wrong one. That's what I want to do. Okay, doke. So let me see. Nope, that's not what I want. I want to change this. So yeah, speaking of Space Harrier, that also got ported to the technically the Famicom because this did not come to the NES. This was a port done by Takara, which, if you're not familiar with Takara, they did a lot of porting. I want to, because they were primarily a toy company, if I remember correctly, and they were also like, I know they did like the Samurai Showdown port for the SNES. So they definitely have porting experience, but we'll see. Let's see. Does this port do this game justice? Also, again, I have to do balancing for this. Also, this...
I believe it was the German version of Carmageddon that had animals instead of pedestrians, and somebody actually recreated the Cyclops elephant from Space Harrier and put it in.
Oh, great. Alright, let's take a look.
This looks like a wisdom tree. Okay, there you go.
This...
That was a wisdom tree looking intro.
Yeah, I can see that. So... Ooh, this is a little framey.
Oh, I should probably unmute it now.
Oh, you don't get the crunchy yell that you do in the Master System version.
I will say that one thing that I kind of had with Space Harriers was, for some reason, the ground always kind of like was a little too much for me, and I feel like this is moving at just the right speed where I can kind of look at it and go, all right, that's fine.
I think I get game overed. Yep. Up. Okay. Let's at least get to the bonus stage and see if that's even in here. Because yeah, this port isn't the worst thing. Like, it's definitely playable, but also, if you want to play Space Harrier, there are plenty of ways to play Space Harrier that are pretty decent.
Are we talking about, like, today, or are we talking from, like, back then?
Well, I'd say today. If you're talking about back then, the Master System version is probably a lot better.
Yeah, because now you can do the Sega Ages version.
Yeah.
Which is... Sega Ages versions are usually the definitive... Well, the modern Sega Ages versions are the definitive way to play them.
Yeah. Really, anything that says Sega Ages, it's going to be a good port.
If it's on the, like, this way. Because there has been Sega Ages lineups that were really bad.
Yeah, the PlayStation 2 ones aren't that great, but yeah. Okay, what? Okay, here we go. That's... I don't think it's showing all the shots. I think it's alternating frames for showing the shot, which is not great. Also, something you might not be able to tell is that sometimes it's not shooting when I'm saying it should shoot. Also, one thing I've always hated about Space Harrier, and this is literally in any version of the game, is I really hate how bosses, like, it looks like the shots are just deflecting. But that is literally...
It does that ka-ching noise.
Yeah, and the shot, you can see the shot, like, going in the distance.
Yeah.
And yeah, with just the flickering, it's really hard to line up shots.
I don't know, I look at this dragon and all I think of is Ninja Golf.
There we go. Also, just to save my thumb a little bit. So if I remember correctly, there's the Master System port of Space Harrier. I want to say there's also an MSX port of Space Harrier, which I'd imagine is going to look like hot garbage.
I wouldn't be surprised if was ported on, like, a bunch of consoles.
Yep, because also you're going to have your microcomputer ports, like your Commodore 64 port.
Yeah.
I would imagine there's a ZX Spectrum port. Which, if we didn't have a lot of other games, I'd look into weird ports of Space Harrier, but, yeah. Oddly enough, like, I think the actually first really good port of Space Harrier was actually the 32X. That was almost arcade perfect. And it's funny to think that that is, like, one of the 8 games for the 32X. Is this the stone? Yep. I don't think I had a chance to see that projectile.
What are we talking about? That was totally reactable.
Yep. Also, is this the one where I get a ceiling? I guess not. So I think the bonus stage is after the 3rd stage, or it's the 4th stage? Because what is the general advice for like a lot of Space Hero style games? Just to literally rotate the screen, if I remember correctly. Although this doesn't feel quite as good, and also that clearly didn't work. Also, man, if the sprites weren't so flickery, I'd say like they're drawn decently well. It's just you gotta deal with a shit ton of flicker.
And frame drops.
And frame drops.
And it does look like it's sometimes not rendering shots.
It is not.
I kind of feel like that's kind of important for a game like this.
Just slightly.
Render. I do like that you're flying through the land of bubblegum.
Yeah. There we go. Okay.
Finally, the actual song. The song is so good, I think it is genuinely impossible to make a bad version of it.
Yeah, it's a good enough song that they SEGA used it on their BIOS menu for certain versions of the Master System.
Yeah, that was on the Japanese BIOS.
Yep, that's when you get. That is a really good use of the FM unit.
But even like, I have not heard like a remix of this that is like bad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they exist, but I'm just saying like this is such a good song and it is very hard to mess it up.
Yeah.
Like even here it sounds very good.
Yes, Ivy, it's 3D World Flyer. Which that is one thing to give in 3D World Runners credit, even though it was partially a Space Harrier ripoff. They did get it like buttery smooth. Okay, here we go. How's this gonna look? Oh, this is extremely disorienting.
What's all that crap behind you?
So you're flying on a flying dragon. So it's trying to do this segmented. You're on a segmented dragon.
I don't like it.
Also, like, thank you for telling me the controls for this.
Ooh, Zapper.
Yeah, I was curious how they were going to render Uriah, so I just wanted to see that bit. This song, I don't think they... a little shrill. There we go. Damn. I think that's enough of a look at the NES or the Famicom port of Space Harrier. But again, like we did with the NES version, probably not going to rank this version because I think this version is fine. I'd actually kind of maybe put it at the same level, but we'll see. Where are you? Space Harrier. Yep, has all the proper thing. It's a lot more vibrant, and it looks a lot more like Space Harrier.
Yeah. I think something that it manages to circumvent is a lot of Master System games like using the like using the background tile system to make enemy sprites, and this one does that as well.
Yeah.
But I think it works much better in this than a lot of other games. They do that trick.
Yeah. This feels perfectly, this feels very good for what it is. Like, this is a pretty decent port of Space Harrier.
I'm noticing some of the sprites have, like, full boxes.
Yep. It's how you had to draw, because I think, is that using technically using background? Is the reason?
Which part?
So, like, you can see the sprite, like, you can see the bounding box of it, kind of, so to speak.
Yes, those are all background tiles.
So there's no...
That's why when you look at games where you have, like, big bosses, they look very nice. They're on a black background because their bounding box is black, and because they're mostly background tiles. So you have, like, a massive boss that has very little mobility, and then the only animated parts are sprites.
Yeah, because you can see how some of these sprites are just, like, overlapping each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks weird, but I think it makes the game feel a little bit better.
Yeah, there are examples of games running worse because of it, like Altered Beast, where the Master System has massive slowdown because everything is a background tile. It's really bad. But I think this one works very well, and I can't vouch for this, but from my understanding, the patterns of enemies and bosses here are very arcade accurate. Like, you could learn to play this and go to the arcade and probably do very well.
Yeah, from what I could tell, it did feel like as close to the arcade version as it's pretty close. So, yeah, there's that. So, I don't think I'll rank that version because I think that one's fine. But
oh, we're not ranking good versions, okay?
Oh, I mean, we're gonna get to.
You probably want a Super Scalar episode in general.
Yeah, I probably should. Yeah, because we're not gonna take we got Alien Syndrome coming up next. I want to take a look at the Master System version, but I want to give it more time.
Yeah, that's fair. I think doing a Super Scalar episode would probably be fun, especially with the ages versions of some games.
Yeah.
I think that NES port is pretty good.
Yeah, it's very solid. It's a little hard to hit, get your depth perception's a little weird. But I think that's all right. And Space Harrier, if I remember, the arcade version's it's up here. I don't think it's. I think at one point it was 1. Is it still 1? No, it's not. Yeah, it's at 3. That version's definitely not a 3. It's actually, I'm going to do one thing real quick, because there is actually technically something I should show in terms of equivalent Space Harrier things on the Famicom. And I'll show this for a couple seconds, but where are you? Here we go. So yeah, there was another game that came out on the Famicom called what is this? Attack Animal Gakuken? Or Attack Animal thing. And yeah, this is blatantly Space Harrier. It is also not good.
What system is this?
This is Famicom. So it's NES. Yeah, there's a kangaroo. And... Yep. Yep. And I feel like... I think that... God, this almost feels like a... Yeah, this... Yeah. There. I just wanted to show that off real quick. To see what Space Harrier kind of like things can be done on a Famicom. Okay, back to actual ranking. At 10 we have like Evil Zone. We have Dolphin Blue at 10. Let's see, Crypt Killer.
I mean, I don't have any strong opinion. What's the description of rank 10?
Let's see. Pleasantly adequate. Average, but something small brings it up.
I think that's okay.
Alright. Yeah, it's a decent port, but also it's not nearly as good as the arcade version. And I think it did pretty much everything kind of adequate. So, I don't really know if I'd call anything out. So, with that, let's move on to our next game, which is actually a game I've been wanting to retake a look at for a long time, because this is something we've had on the ranking list for a long time. Actually, we have not touched it since ranking of shmups, and it kind of, I almost feel like it got way too low for what it is. Although that was specifically talking about the arcade version, and we're taking a look at Alien Syndrome, which is not Alien Hominid. Yeah, right now it's at 13. The arcade version's at 13, which I kind of feel like it might need to go a little bit higher, but we'll see. Anyway, with that, let me actually load this up. And this is also one, I'll show off the Master System version a little bit, but that one actually deviated from the arcade version quite a bit in that it turned it almost into like a Zelda-style scroller, where the arcade version isn't quite that. Oh, also I need to learn the alphabet.
A, B, C, D.
I got it. Where are you?
It may make you feel
right.
somewhat happy to note that if I type Lolo in lowercase, Microsoft autocorrects with the little red squiggle, but if I capitalize it, it does not.
Yeah, it'll handle it treats it as a proper noun, and it's like realize, oh, these things might be spelled a little bit different. Okay. So, Alien Syndrome did come out to the US. However, it was, again, unlicensed because Tenga brought it over here, and I guess Nintendo didn't want to officially license it. So, I always hated this version of Alien Syndrome because I really hate the squiggling on the title screen. It makes me feel very uncomfy. Also, this intro looks questionable. Oh, also, I should probably do this. So yes, this one was ported by a company named Senritsu, who is a company that's done actually a lot of arcade games for Sega. Like, I'm pretty sure they were actually the developer of Bank Panic, I believe was them. But also, their company history is a little weird because they also go... The company Sims is also them, and they did a lot of ports of like Master System stuff. Like, I believe they are the Batman Returns developers. Also, we have a choice of Ricky or Mary. Which...
Mary.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Alien Syndrome is a top-down shooter. Let's see. Also, you can't the map's a little more, like, squirrely in the arcade, or than the arcade version, because the arcade version you just go stand by it and it would do that, and then you could just walk away real quick. This has to show up on screen for a little bit.
I'm kind of fond of the Alien Syndrome game.
Yeah. Let's see. This port's actually pretty close to the arcade version in terms of, like, straight gameplay. Obviously, it doesn't look like it. But yeah. You don't have to... So the goal is to get a certain amount of... Like, it's kind of Shinobi, where you have to rescue a certain amount of hostages. You don't have to rescue all of them, just a few. I don't know if you get a bonus for rescuing all of them. Okay, what is the W again? Wait, oh, it was a warp. Okay. Oop. Okay, that was weird. Okay, that put me up there. Yeah, also this is a little bit slower than the arcade version too. And yeah, mostly as this game goes on, the enemies get a little more complicated. Actually, it seems like I have to rescue everyone except for one, which is weird. Oop. Okay, I wanted to check to see if I had, like, a secondary button, but no, it's just, you just shoot. Also, it's alien, so I gotta get a flamethrower.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Appreciate that the flamethrower doesn't hurt the civilians that look like clowns.
Also, I just realized this is probably not gonna be good for the boss. I think I saw a laser, yeah. Go to the exit. Okay. Also, they do give you plenty of time for this. I'm pretty sure the boss is not going to take that much time. That's famous last words. Okay. Also, the alien designs are a little bit gnarly in this game. Also, this one looks slightly questionable.
I don't see the issue.
Looks fine to me. Little stumpy arms with the mouth on the side.
Oh shit! There we go. Oop. That's weird. Why does it just show the mouth? Yep, and so that's pretty much what this is. Like, it's a pretty decent game. One thing that is missing from, and you can, although actually I can quick find out, although I can't really do much about it. Because we've pretty much seen what a majority of this game is. It's kind of the same thing, you just do it in the... I don't think the stages get any more particularly complicated. But I am curious about something. Oh yeah, also there are sometimes spawners. Actually, oh, you can't kill those things. Okay. Also, I'm curious, did they take something out? Oop, I don't want to reboot, I want to do this. Is this cooperative? It is! Okay, so this does have cooperative play. Which is nice. So, yeah. And just to compare, because I can actually do this because I have it supported. Yes, we can actually take a look at the arcade version.
Round 1. The time bomb is set.
So yeah, as you can tell, the arcade version's a lot faster.
Brighter too, good lord. I like that you're fighting what is basically gushers.
Yeah.
I want gushers now.
So yeah, this game isn't, like, super complicated, but it doesn't need to be. And yeah, thankfully the arcade version has a dip switch that lets you have infinite lives. Also, keeping weapon on death is a very good thing.
Go to the exit.
Yeah, I think actually if you just... I think as you just get more points for collecting more of the hostages.
I'm wondering how much this game had an effect on Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
I would imagine it would not surprise me.
Because they had very similar setup.
There is a article, I believe, on Hardcore Gaming 101 that references an interview with the creator of Zombies Like My Neighbors, or like the original creator, and it was a more obscure arcade game that they played. It wasn't this game.
Wow.
Was it by chance Xenophobe?
Let me check.
Round 2. The time bomb is set.
Oh no, what happened to the... Oh, it's supposed to look like this.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like this.
I like the sprites, but that floor is bothering me.
Yeah, it's weird.
I guess it's going for a grading kind of look, but it
Yeah.
just doesn't work.
It's 1987, you deal with what you deal with.
Eh.
I wonder if this is... Not that I wonder if this is supported on Arcade.
Oh, they got like little wings on their head.
Yeah.
Now I kind of want to have an aliens movie where the aliens can fly. And for some reason I'm thinking of Tremors, which has nothing to do with anything here.
Yeah, also, man. These designs are certainly a thing.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, I can't find which game it was right now, but I remember reading it a few years ago, and I'm pretty sure it's not Alien Syndrome.
Okay.
The time bomb is set.
So yeah. And just because from what I can play with this, I think the ADS version does a pretty decent job of this. Or of like replicating this. It's a lot slower, but I feel like it's gonna have to be. But it's pretty similar. I see. Like, I wouldn't say this is the best co-op game, but it's... You could definitely do worse. And yeah, I think that's a good enough look. Also, here are all the people you can see who support. Actually, I was curious. No, this is too early for my name to show up there. But anyway, that's Alien Syndrome. It's a pretty fun game. The Mesh System version's interesting, but it turns it into more of a Zelda-like. Actually, I might be taking a look at that earlier or later on because there's actually an episode where I'm going to take a look. I know where I'm going to take a look at that. So, anyway. Like, I think it's a pretty decent game. I don't think it's, like, super, like, great. Like, it's not, like, some, like, amazing game, but I think it's pretty good. Maybe comparing it to, like, say, let's see, what do we got? We got Wonder Boy at 9. Same with Pirate Ship Higemaru. Also, Cloudmasters at 10. So, oh, Gang Round. I could see this being at the same level as Gang Ground.
Now we're talking about the NES version.
So this one we're talking the NES version.
Because you put the arcade version.
I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change that. That was where it was. But I do feel like that could probably be changed. Yeah, how about the NES version at 10 and the arcade version at 9?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That puts it on the same level. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, that puts the arcade version right along line with Golden Axe and Hang On.
Yeah.
Which, again, are pretty okay games.
Yeah, that feels right.
Oh, good. I also had to see what I get to do next. Okay. 13. Not anymore. You are now 9. Yeah, we took a look at that at ranking episode 9 of Ranking of Shmups, so that was probably 3 years ago at least.
Long time ago.
So, update that number. In terms of charms for the NES version, I think it was fine. I can't really think of anything weird. So, I think that's good. Alright, so this next one's weird. Because we're going to take a look at Fantasy Zone for the NES. Although, I should actually say the Famicom, because there is both... Fantasy Zone did come out in both the US and Japan. However, they are entirely different ports. So we're going to take a look at both ports. And we're going to take a look at the Famicom port first. And this one was actually done by the partial creators of Fantasy Zone. This was actually done by Sunsoft themselves. So that is at least a pretty decent sign. Hopefully they should know what they're doing. Also, it's Sunsoft. Okay, so let me go ahead and...
There are 9 games on the list with the title Fantasy Zone. Or at least the words Fantasy Zone in the title.
Yep, because you have the sequels then as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see. Japan. Fantasy Zone. Okay. There we go. So they got the Wiggly title going on. Only with single player, but then again, this really didn't benefit from 2 players, so that's fine. So, let's go and start. I am, what? There we go. Why is... uh-oh. Okay, give me a second. There we go. There we go. Wasn't bounding my input. Okay, so this is a pretty decent port. The thing with Fantasy Zone was that it was like known for its like very vibrant colors, which it's the NES, so you don't get it.
Yeah, it's a little toned down, but
I'll have you know, Lolo, the NES has much better graphics than the Master System.
No, it doesn't. I will fully say that. No, it doesn't.
I think Bear's in trouble.
All I see are indie games inspired by NES visuals, but do you see any inspired by Master System visuals?
No, because people are cowards. Alright.
It kind of has... again, like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but just some of the visuals kind of make me think of some of those games where it just looks like somebody, like, found a bunch of pictures of items and put them together.
I'm gonna say right now, this looks like an Action 52 game. Like, visually speaking, it's on the level of them.
Yeah, it's not great. Screw it.
This level's okay looking. That last level's a little...
So
I just don't like how dark the red is. Like, it just feels wrong for Fantasy Zone.
Yeah, that's a major problem with the NES in general, is that it does reds really badly.
Yeah. I mean, the yellows aren't exactly great either. They just kind of look like this.
Also, I'm going to say my thumb. There we go.
Like the bottom of your ship, for example. It's just this really ugly shade.
It also doesn't do something that the arcade version does, which is have enemies blink when they're about to shoot. So, fun thing about this is that there was a collection of Fantasy Zone games for the PlayStation 2. That was like, I want to say it was like I forgot what the collection was. I think it might have actually just been Fantasy Zone collection. But, there is a hidden game in there called the Neo-Classic version of Fantasy Zone, which is a redone version of this port. Well, okay, you know what? I do want to show one thing off with this. Which is the fact that one thing that the Master System version had to do, I don't know why, but for some reason the Master System version has 2 exclusive bosses that replace some of the arcade versions. And for some reason, or not for some reason, both NES versions have all the arcade bosses. So I guess, I don't know why SEGA changed those bosses, but they did. Also, something about the music doesn't have the same pop as the arcade version.
Did you already fight this boss?
I game over, so
Oh, okay.
I'm restarting. So I wanted to show off that, hey, it has all the bosses. Okay, let's go back. Because yeah, it's close to the art. Like, it's about as good as a arcade port that you're going to get on the, or it's the closest to the actual arcade version that you're going to get on an 8-bit console. I would say the Master System is probably a better playing version, but this is more arcade accurate, if that is what you're looking for. I'm also, the physics are slightly different. It feels like, because like I am actual like if I have auto fire capability, I can 1cc the arcade game, and yeah, something about your momentum, because the arcade version you have a little bit of momentum to you, and it doesn't seem like you have it quite there in this version. That was just me going straight into that bullet.
Mm-hmm. That one planet looks like a ball of yarn. That one too.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, how does this boss look in this version? Oh, that's different. In the arcade version, it should go straight down, and now it goes at a slight arc. I want to say that the okay. Damn it. Okay. I swear I'm good at video games sometimes. Okay, let's... Also, I think that the things take more damage than they... So maybe that's just me misremembering. Oop. There we go. Shit. Yeah, that was me forgetting what boss I am fighting. Also, seems like it takes a little bit more bombs than it should. I'm gonna give it one more attempt. I question whether or not that should have been a hit or not. Okay. I said that was going to be one more, and I'm just going to keep on doing it if I don't. So, the Famicom port is close to arcade, like, except with some minor bits, but it is essentially pretty close to the arcade. Master System version is probably a better playing game, but yeah. That is not the version of Fantasy Zone for the NES that I am familiar with.
Is it story time?
It is story time. It is in the sense that I am surprised that I am such a fan of Fantasy Zone after this being my introduction to the game. Because this one is slightly notorious. This one was done by a company named Pixel that doesn't have a great reputation. Some of the other games they did were a game called Topples It for the Famicom system, which I think sits at a 21 on the ranking. Or no, it's not 21. It's a 20. There is also the Uncanny X-Men for the NES, which is definitely sitting at a 21. And they did this. So let's take a look at the quote-unquote Tengen version of Fantasy Zone. So, one thing I will say is that the music sounds much better. Because there is a known composer behind this. He's never been credited for it, but this is definitely the work of Masuharu Iwata. Because he has a signature kind of sound. Where's the shop? Shop should have spawned by now. There it is. Okay.
This one somehow looks even less colorful.
It definitely is.
It's still got the same problem with the, like, it's got some nice yellows in the back, but look at those, like right there. It's got the exact same problem with having that odd shade of yellow.
I think
But at least your character's a little bit brighter and things pop a little more in this version.
Whoop. Things pop also like popping out the side of the screen very suddenly.
Very good segue.
Also, it does not register your shots sometimes. Hey, Shark Vega.
I like the square tree a lot.
Oh, that was because I had autofire still on. That should not have been a hit.
Yeah, that's a big box.
There we go.
That's some good flicker.
Uh-huh. God, you have to be right on the side of the screen in order for it to scroll. Ooh, that was close. God, scrolling feels really bad in this. There we go. Oop, there we go. Oh, good, it just does not support auto-fire at all. Great. It feels like it's like about to phase out of reality. Like this flicker is intense.
It's gonna rip a hole in space-time and take us to the real fantasy zone.
Oh, it's sped up because there's not as much it has to draw. There we go.
I don't know why, but the face makes me think of Snow Brothers.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay. Also, only 5-way shot instead of 7. I'll say this is better than the Uncanny X-Men, but that's also not saying much. There we go. There we go. See, when you get the right position, that boss is, like, super easy. Okay.
I feel like we've played this before.
Just slightly.
So what was your reaction when you played the Master System version for the first time?
This feels different, but it's like, oh, this actually probably is a technically better version of the game. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, this is... yeah, this is one of the bosses that didn't make it into the Master System version.
The tentacles look like the ones from the octopus and Alex Kidd.
Yep.
So the tech was there, they just decided not to use
They
it.
just realized it's like, you know, it's gonna look a little weird. There we go. Thank you for the raid, Stove.
Hello, hello.
Let's see. Also, this boss is gonna suck, because it sucks in every version of the game. Also, weird fun trivia thing, if you're familiar with things about Fantasy Zone, is that this uses the, what is dubbed the overseas version of the soundtrack. In particular, this song.
I will say though, this might be the first area where the background actually looks nice.
Yeah, because it's, NES does blues incredibly well. Like, if you look at, like, an NES palette, there's like 5 blues and 1 red.
How ironic that the company with the red logo would do blue, the color of your rival, much better.
Oh.
So the snowmen turn into poo.
Kind of. There we go.
It's because this boss is shit.
Like, actually, because I hate that boss so much. In the arcade version, that is a run-ender boss. Okay.
I like the music.
The music's really good. Like, that is the one thing about this port that I think is, like, undeniably good, is that the soundtrack is very good. Masaharu Iwata does a lot of good soundtracks. Other work that he has done, but he usually works a lot with another composer named Hitoshi Sakamoto. You might have heard soundtracks like, say, Final Fantasy Tactics, or Vagrant Story, or Radiant Silvergun. Oh god. Also, if this boss sucks. Okay. Here's the question. Where are the things gonna spawn? Okay, good. There we go.
Well, I can just spawn anywhere.
It depends upon the port. Is whether or not it spawns in like a peace sign or if it goes directly to the left. So sometimes you get the fun thing of Oh, it just spawned on top of you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
There's absolutely no visual feedback that you're hitting it.
It die blinks.
Oh, it does. Okay. I'm used to flashing. Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, that thing is barely visible. Oh, that was like spawned right out of nowhere. It's also great that I think that the Famicom port is technically a better port, although I just know this game's bullshit. Oh, thank you.
Oh, nice one, though. I like that one.
Shit. Oh, this is gonna suck. God damn it. One stage away. Yeah, that one just sucks if you're doing... if you don't have any, like, power-ups, but... yeah, that's Fantasy Zone for the NES. Also just because I did it for other stuff. And actually, I think I might have ranked the Master System version, but maybe not.
What did you abbreviate that as?
Master System?
Yeah.
SMS. So that's these are Fantasy Zone colors.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that's very bright.
Yeah, they look infinitely better.
The bases aren't animated, but, you know, whatever.
The only Fantasy Zone I see for SMS is Fantasy Zone The Maze.
Oh, okay, then I guess it didn't. Yeah. Also, prices are different. They're 7-way shot. So they did take some liberties. But... this feels infinitely better. Though the only problem is you'd be using a Master System D-pad. But other than that, it'd feel great. Get the... Alright. Yeah, there's a zip to this one. The spacing on the little blockers makes hitting the actual things for this boss. Kind of a nightmare. There we go. Also, laser beam doesn't seem to be as good of a boss killer or a base killer as it is in the arcade version. Shit. That was not a good time to die, because I'm pretty sure it's right at the boss. Yep.
Can't think of a time that's actually good to die. Oh, no. I
Not really, but oh shit, it goes up higher than it usually does. This might pose a problem. It is pretty good.
This boss is so tired of your shit.
There we go.
Visually, I like this version more than the NES one.
Oh yeah. Master System can actually pull out colors.
Mm-hmm.
Also, soundtrack though on this one kind of dies.
Yeah, I feel like the NES one sounded just a little bit better. If we're just comparing the two of them. Because obviously the arcade one is the best one.
Yeah. Yeah, this nerfed the laser beam in a way I'm not certain how I feel.
Mm.
But they did at least have the decency to make it a little cheaper. Let's just do that. Also, here is where we see... Oh. But there it is. Also, this has one of the exclusive bosses. So in the recent Sega Ages version of this game, they actually added these back, or they added these to the arcade version of the game, and these bosses suck. Damn it. And yeah, I'm not used to fighting those, so those are much harder to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow. That is Fantasy Zone for the Master System. Technically, I would say the best playing of the three ports, although they make some deviations from the arcade version that I would say is not the most arcade-accurate version of the game. But, you know what? Sometimes it doesn't matter. I'm going to put that in as well. Okay. Although I think that was 1987. That was Sega themselves as a Master System game. That is a shmup. That's cute. Okay. So... First off, Master System Arcade is like 2? So yeah, it's definitely not that high. That being said, if I am putting numbers, let me start with the Tengen one because that'll be the easier of the bunch. It's a not great port of Fantasy Zone, although I'd say you can kind of deal with its bullshit. I'm curious, where's Fantasy Zone Gear? It's a 12.
Fantasy Zone Gear sounds like an Arc System Works take on it.
It's the Game Gear version of it, which has problems. It's also the same level as... I think I'd actually rather play Fantasy Zone 2 than the Tengen version, so let me scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, because none of these are going to reach the level of the original, which was at 2.
Yeah. Okay, so right now I'm seeing UN Squadron for the SNES, Tetristar the Fighter, Samurai Zombie Nation, Scat Lol, yeah, I'm thinking 14 is good for that version. So we're gonna do 14 there. Famicom version is okay. Like, it's still pretty decent because it's Fantasy Zone and all. If I were looking at numbers, I see 9. Let's see, what shmups do we have at 9? Paranoia, Powerumi, Savage Rain in terms of that, Starjacker, Slapfight MD, Viewpoint. I kind of feel like these are actually slightly higher tier. Also at 10 you have stuff like Airzonk, you have Baraduke, you have Desert Falcon, you have Gainground, Gardic, Gun Smoke. Pipples. Pop and Twinbee for the Game Boy is a pretty good comparison. I'm kind of thinking 10 for the Famicom version of it. Master System version, let's scroll up. Alright. Let's see. At 6 we have Gyrus, Ibarra Black Label. We have Cooler World. That's not shmup though. We have the Master System version of Ninja Gaiden. Ordine. Outrun. I can kind of see it being at 6. So I think it sits at the level of those games, but yeah.
Master System Fast Zone?
Yep.
Yeah, 6 sounds fine to me.
There we go.
Oh, Biker Mice from Mars on 6? What the hell? What did I miss?
That game's really good.
Is that the arcade one?
It's the SNES one.
Oh, okay. The only one I played was like a weird racing game. Wasn't that great?
Oh, that might actually be the same one. I think I liked it though.
I'm pretty sure it was the same one. It's the isometric one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you like that one.
Let's see. Well, so for graphics, both of the NES Fantasy Zones don't look that good. Also, man, I know this might ruffle some feathers with some people. I really hate Street Sharks.
I don't know any.
Street Sharks.
I don't know
Street
anybody who
Sharks,
has
okay.
like strong opinions about Street Sharks.
I mean, there are people who like sharks, and they like street sharks.
No, it is not a very Johnson opinion. I will say, for ports, the NES version I think has pretty good music. Sharks are great. Street Sharks, I'm not a fan of the show. I think that's good for, that is good for the 8-bit ports of Fantasy Zone. We did not touch the MSX version. I'm kind of glad we didn't. So, I would say that, like, I'm moving on to something good, but I'm not. I think we've seen this port actually before on the show. And I'm mostly doing... I actually might have already ranked this one. But I'm going to do it because it's funny.
I mean, if you think something as offensive as this port is funny, go ahead.
Yeah, because I feel like this would be a missed opportunity to, if we're talking about NES ports of Sega games, I think we need to at least take a look at this one. And at least I'm thankful that you are here, Bear, because you are very familiar with the OG version of this game. That not being the original version, because this is not... Shinobi for the NES is not based on the arcade version. It is actually based on the Master System version, which is interesting in itself. Because I'm pretty sure every other, like the TurboGrafx port, the microcomputer ports, I believe are all based on the arcade version. This one is not. So... Joe Musashi here has seen bad things. He also has a little bit of jaundice. Also, funny thing, no one actually knows who did this port. Like, who is actually technically responsible for this port. It is believed to be Sanritsu, because that's who likely would have done it. But yeah, it's Shinobi for the Master System, but on the NES. Let's play.
Can I link a relevant tweet of
Yes.
mine in your chat?
Please do.
Okay. For reference, for people who want a comparison of the various main menus.
Ow. God, what is this walk cycle is terrible.
God, it hurts so much. I also remember that you don't have invulnerability frames during the upper and lower layer transition. That was actually my first impression of Shinobi.
Ow.
Oh my god.
Ow.
Yep, that's one of the things I remember that just like killed this for me, among many other things. So you should obviously play
Ow.
Shinobi 3. You as a person of taste would enjoy it.
Shinobi 3 is real good.
I should stream it again. Should do my yearly no shuriken run and cry.
Hey, you did it last time. Oh shit, I lost. I think. Or not. There we go. I think I missed one.
To be fair, Stove, it's pretty difficult to be good at Shinobi games. Like, they're just very difficult.
That does remind me of my favorite thing, in that the Sega Ages version of the arcade version replaced Marilyn Monroe with the wolf from Altered Beast.
I think that was a good decision.
Ow.
The napkin is it's called a flying squirrel magic, and it gives you levitation, which for many people is vital to do the practically impossible pixel perfect jump in one of the stages on the Master System.
I'm just gonna crouch walk because I find the animation to be very funny. Like just the Shinobi shuffle. Also, I think I hit some that now it's blinking. No, this is not the Spider-Man Shinobi. That is Revenge of Shinobi, right?
Oh, you have Spider-Man in this one.
Oh.
Yeah, there are enemies
Oh.
in. So here it's just a ninja, but in the Master System it is very clearly Spider-Man.
Oh. Oh. Wait. Oh, there we go.
You have to shoot him in the eyes. So in the Master System version, you only have to hit him 5.
Ow. Ow.
I guess here you have to hit him more than 5 times.
There we go.
So I don't see your magic thing lighting up. Can you just use it whenever?
It was lighting up earlier, like last stage.
Okay.
At some point.
Okay. So it does light up. Okay.
Ow.
I like the
Ow.
corkboard in the background.
Ow. Actually, I'm curious. What cheats do I have? Oh.
You might want the Infinite Lives one.
Yeah. Let's try Infinite Lives or Infinite Lives. Background palette modifier. Huh. Should I do turbo running? Probably not. Alright, let's see. Whoop.
Yep, you're breaking stage now.
Okay. I'm curious, which one's Mandara?
Mandara is 3.
Alright.
So 3, 4 would be Mandara.
Alright, let's see how bad this boss is.
I think I recall it not... Oh, damn. Actually, you know what? Did I get this? I don't remember if I got this far when I played this. I kind of gave up in, like, sheer frustration. I think it might actually be easier. Yeah, because they don't have any invulnerability frames, so it's probably just, like, mashing it.
Yep.
Yeah, this is, like, infinitely easier. So those should always drop on the same spot, so you can, like, easily avoid them.
Alright.
Or not.
Yeah, that's infinitely easier. Alright.
Yeah.
I just gotta hit the jewel. Ow.
You
Ow.
weren't using them anyway, it's okay.
Okay.
That part, though, seems to be harder.
Yeah. Whoops.
Wow, that sure is a portrait.
This seems slightly
Do you have any
harder.
of the upgrades of weapons in this?
Let me see if I can change it so that I have them by default.
Like, because in the Master System version, you have nunchucks and swords and bombs and everything.
They are in the game. I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, I think... I don't think I'm gonna do this with the stage select. That's not hitting him, is it?
No. That's in the Master System version. It's not a hitting sound. I think you're meant to like punch him. There you go. That's a hit.
Whoops.
Oh, you can do that? Alright. You can do a high jump at any point in this version, so you can kind of just bypass probably a ton of shit that way. Don't you have like a melee punch in this?
Yep. Up. Damn it.
This ironically is by way easier than the actual like final fight in the Master System version. Simply because you get so much like use out of the shuriken.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, you did. It's just gonna be a game over like the Master System.
Nope.
Oh no, you okay. It has a better ending than the Master System version. Because you actually get graphics and the end instead of just the game over screen.
Yeah. All right. And then, yeah. All right. That's Shinobi for the NES. The bad port. Like, it just feels terrible. Let's see, do I want to put it at the same level as Hudson Hawk?
Wait, where's Hudson Hawk is on 20? Holy shit. Okay, that's the NES version. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's not the movie.
No, I meant more like Hudson Hawk is pretty bad.
Yeah.
I am biased. I would say this is a 21.
I'm not arguing that. That puts it at the same level as Alf. And
yeah, I think this is Alex Kidd in High Tech World and Enchanted Castle. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's about right.
Yeah, I'm fine putting it there because it just does not feel good. It looks bad. It sounds bad. It plays bad.
It is bad.
It is bad. I'd say nay. It's everything. All right. Well, that's I think all that needs to be said about the Shinobi port for the NES. It's really bad. And I think my copy of it, my physical copy, is now in the hand of my nephew, who I hope doesn't hold that against me. Anyway, before I move on to the next game, I will be right back.
Okay, Chad, what's your favorite Sega game? We gotta decide before Lolo comes back.
Aladdin.
The Mega Drive one?
Yes.
That's a fair choice. Bonanza Brothers? That's also a pretty fair choice.
Sega games. I grew up Nintendo, so I'm trying to remember like all the Sega stuff I've played. I played stuff on the Game Gear. There were only like 2 people I knew who had Segas. Everybody else had Nintendo. So I'm trying to think of like I remember playing Mortal Kombat 2.
Legitimately Sonic 2? Yeah, that's fair. It's usually a go-to favorite.
All right. Let's see.
Lolo, what's your favorite Sega game?
Probably Fantasy Zone.
I expected that. I was asking Chad while you were away.
Ah, okay. I need to do Bonanza Brothers, because that's a fascinating game.
Oh, Fatal Labyrinth. How could I forget that one? I actually like that one a lot.
Let's see. All right. This next one's a weird one, because this one... It's actually not 100% certain who particularly developed this one either. because this actually might be developed by the original developers of this game. Although it's not immediately obvious what this is a port of if you just see the title. Also, yes, I would count Yakuza as a Sega game. So, this is Saiyuki World, which is a game that only came out in Japan, and also has not been translated, so we're not going to be able to read the text, although I don't know how much we'll need to. So, let's go over here and load this up. So, Saiyuki World, if you're not familiar with Saiyuki, that is essentially the Japanese name of Journey to the West. This was published by NMK Angelico. Let's go ahead and start. It looks like some stuff got stolen. And yeah, so we're Son Goku.
Son Goku, the strongest fighter in the galaxy.
And here is a Buddha.
Do you have to kill him?
Nope.
You literally man him on the side of the road.
But now we have a knife that disconnects from our hand if we shoot the note from this thing. Actually, do I have?
Okay. Okay, I like that you meet Buddha and Buddha gives you a knife.
Yeah.
Wait. This is Wonder Boy in Monsterland?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't realize it until I saw the snake.
Yep. Also, here's a dragon that's giving us a shield.
That's a pretty good dragon, though.
Let's get that one.
Not giving you a shield, he's selling one.
Let's see, did I get the thing? No, I didn't. Wait, how much money do I have? 38, okay. That's also kind of a weird monkey dude.
So this is using the Wonder Boy and Monsterland framework, but this is definitely not how... It's not like a direct conversion of it.
Yeah. But
because you don't have... this is not how the game goes. This is not the layout of it at all.
But it's definitely using the framework. Also, I'll just...
Yeah, it's using the framework.
Oh, that's probably... Is that something? I don't know. That might have just been the thing. Alright, let's see. Is this... Oh, this is...
Is that a tiger?
I think it's a tiger.
Yeah, because this is how the Reaper moves. So it's like all the elements are there. It's just like they're laid out differently.
Oh, hey, there's a dude.
This is not in Wonder Boy Monster. You don't have people spawning. It's usually like coins, and then when you collect the last one, you move on, or it's a key. There's actually a very interesting remix of it, because you have like no timer. It's not arcadey in that regard, so it feels more like Dragon's Trap or Monster World.
So I'm pretty certain that... No, that's a lantern, so that's not like a thing, and I just got a necklace of some sort.
Necklace is just points.
Also, shops seem to be very frequent.
Yeah. And yeah, you don't, in Monster Line, you don't equip stuff, it just gives you the best one. I also think you should be like jumping around everywhere, because that should be...
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, damn it.
That's probably magic she's selling you, since it costs 20 and 40.
There. How much do I have? 40. Yeah, let's... Doesn't show up there.
So you would need to press like down and jump, or down and attack, or something, or up and attack.
Nope. It's not doing anything, it seems like.
Uh,
That's right. So apparently West 1 did actually work on the... Oh, this is probably magic.
oh, okay, yeah, that's magic then.
Yep, that is definitely magic. Oh, shit. Oh, right. Oh. Which I'm curious, did this... Oh, this does have cheats. Okay, interesting. So the funny thing also about this game is that, this actually got a sequel that did come stateside. That, although when it came over here, it had a different theming. This actually, or what is Saiyuki World 2 in Japan, is actually what came out over here as Wampum.
As what, sorry?
Wampum. Like how Stove put in chat. Which is, you play as a Native American man. Which is a pun on wampum, which is a beaded thing that's used as currency.
Yeah, never heard of this.
It plays completely differently. I don't have a whole lot of experience with it. But yeah. Oh yeah, isn't this the hut that... Yeah, this is the hut that has the thing right there. Alright. Wait, is that a bear?
Maybe? I think it's still the same tiger, just recolored, so maybe
Possibly.
it would be a bear.
Oh, I did... Wait, what? Oh, you just said down for the magic. That's inconvenient.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and that must
Well,
be...
you didn't have to use down in the game for anything else.
It's true, but also... I didn't mean to use a lot of it. So yeah, it looks like... Okay, so I think it's now going into the layout of Monsterland. Or at least something very similar. Oh, shit. So yeah, it seems like it's just, like, kinda sorta Monsterland without the timer. Also, that would make sense that West 1 would do something like this, because they also did a port of Monsterland to the PC Engine. That was more... It was more blatantly a Monsterland port. That was based on a... What was that?
That's right. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
That was based on the Bakuri Man line of stickers?
Yeah, so all... What's that thing?
I think this is... Oh, this is the Myconoid, isn't it? That's pig.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I mean, like, what is the sprite meant to be?
I think it's meant to be an ox or some sort of bovine.
Okay. Well, what I was gonna say is the PC Engine Wonder Boy ports are all very weird because they're basically just reskins. Because I believe what the arrangement was is that Sega owned the IP and all the assets, but not the code or the engine. So they literally just made like new assets and ported it over for, you know, free money. So then you have this entire ridiculous branching off of Adventure Island, which then branches off into its own franchise, and then you have a bunch of like reskins that are based in different licenses, including in Brazil being based on the Monica Gang.
Yeah.
Well, Wonder Boy, keeping track of Wonder Boy versions is fucking hell.
Yeah, it's especially because one of the Japanese versions is just straight up called Adventure Island, or like the PC Engine port of Dragon's Trap in Japan is called Adventure Island. which is called Dragon's Curse over here. I think the layout of this dungeon is different. Or maybe it isn't? Yeah, I don't know what those are. I think that might be the bar. Oh shit.
Maybe?
Well, that was... Oh. Oh.
Mm.
That is, not good. Well... That's Saiyuki World. I mean, I could just... Might as well, since that finished real quick. This one is pretty... similar.
Have you done this? Have you ranked this one?
Yes, I did the arcade version.
Yeah, it's not like you'll see right away that the layout is just completely different. So like the framework is there, and it's not like a. It's like basically reusing the entire engine,
Yeah.
but like rearranging the progression.
I like that you have to knock on the door for death. Like just being very polite.
I mean, look. You can knock on death's door, or you can let death knock on your door.
This is
Which do
true.
you think is better?
Okay, what does Mega Jumps and Moon Jump do? Unlock sword.
I think that's just to
Oh.
give you the sword.
Yep, this is how the game's meant to be played. Ow. Oh right, I probably have that still on. There we go. So yeah, it's... Saiyuki World's pretty close port to this. Or not close port, but...
What do you call it, a port?
Well, it's a... I don't know what term I'd use, but essentially it's a reuse of the engine.
I mean, it's like... You know, if you had Doom, and then somebody made, like, a mod that's basically Doom, but just, like, replace the assets and make custom layout, but it's still all the same weapons, all the same enemies.
Yeah.
That's not a port. So I wouldn't call Saiyuki World a port, I would call it basically... Yes, it's, like, a Wonder Boy game.
Yeah, it's the Wonder Boy game that's not a Wonder Boy game.
Yeah.
Alright.
Also, if you turn off moon jumps, you can give yourself all the best weapons. You can kind of see just like how different you handle once you have everything.
Oh yeah.
Like you move so much faster and you have so much control. Pretty sure everything dies in one shot at this point. Yeah. Yeah, I played a lot of this game as a kid. I've never managed to beat it because the final castle is extremely confusing, even when you do get the bell.
That's right, I should probably have checked to see if that was still there, but I don't know if that had an equivalent. Yeah, that last... Like, I remember when I ranked this, I did not beat the last stage. Also, I'm curious, that doesn't override it? No, it doesn't. Scroll to Catharin. I like that you get points for getting the heal.
I mean, this game does promote consumerism.
This is true. Yep. Uh-oh. Okay. This... Yeah.
I think we knock on that cloud.
Oh, right. Oh. Where's this one?
No? Can you jump? No? I feel like there was something there, but I don't remember.
Oh. Shit. Alright, well... That's Wonder Boy Monsterland. I think I'm just gonna move on to the next game.
Yeah, I don't think you need to rank Monsterland.
Plus we already had it, and I think it's at a pretty decent spot. SEGA World's a pretty decent port, or a pretty decent, it is a way you can play something close to Wonder Boy Monsterland, but on Famicom. So, there's that. Let's see. Let's see. So I think...
I mean, it looked fairly inoffensive to me. Like, I don't think we've seen enough to say where it gets, like, really bad, but I think in terms of we have Wonder Boy at home, it's pretty good.
Yeah. I was gonna say, where is Monsterland? Wait, what? Give it a 6. Would I say that's at the same level as, like, Comic Zone? Or Atomic Runner?
What's an 8?
Let's see. Denon the Jungle Fighter.
I mean, you know, I think Down Jungle.
Yeah, I would also say that. I don't think it's better than Denon.
9?
Yeah, let's see, 9. Let's see. Adventure Island, Burger Time, Duke Nukem. Gex. Hardcore Uprising.
I would not put it above 9
Yeah.
in this context right now. But, like, you also 9 has Joy Mech Fight and stuff like that.
I think 9's good for
Very
it.
good. Yeah.
Anything? I don't know if there's anything. Oh, there is definitely one I want to call out, and I have a charm for it. Which I think the Master System port of Monsterland has this problem with there's no continues, right? Or can you continue in that port?
Sorry, what was that?
Can you continue in the Master System port of Monsterland?
You have 1 life.
Okay.
So one time you die, it replenishes your health, and then after that, so it's basically using the potion, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think you can replenish the potion. So you get 1 life, and if you die a second time, it's game over.
Yeah. All right. I think that's good then. So, on to one of the games that I was thinking of when I came up with this idea for this episode. So, Altered Beast is a game that is somewhat notorious among Sega aficionados. Is a game that everyone has played. I don't think anyone likes. It has also had a bunch of ports of dubious quality. I think the Mega Drive one is probably still the best port, quote unquote. Well, it is the best one that's closest to the arcade. I'll say that. But there is one port that is particularly interesting, and that being the Famicom port. Namely because it actually adds stuff to the arcade version. So, let us go ahead and take a look at this. So, fun thing about this was developed by a company called Interlink. That, at this point in time, I believe, they had about 10 employees. After a while, they start to get to 30. And they, like, grew really rapidly. And they ended up losing some employees because of that. One of the employees, and in fact the person who did the music on this game, is one Kenji Ino. The guy behind D and Enemy Zero did the music for this game, which is funny.
That's interesting.
Before I do this, I put on Infinite Lives so we can see more of this game. Anyway, let's go ahead and start.
Yeah, one of the main reasons there is a nostalgia for this game, like I said, there was a pack-in title for the Mega Drive and Genesis, and the reason it was a pack-in title was because they wanted to market the Mega Drive as, oh, you get the proper arcade experience, because the Altered Beast port was very close to the arcade version.
Yep. So this one, it's kind of similar. You have punch kick, jump is on up.
Man, that punch is really long, holy shit.
Also, here we go. No.
Oh man, no panels?
Nope.
That's like the best part.
Instead, the lives counter changes depending upon what animal you turn into.
So the lives counter is, I think, set at the stage level. So you had wolf at the start of the stage.
Yep. Okay, how do I do? Oh, you have a double jump in this one, that's what.
Oh, you have okay. To be fair, double jump probably makes more sense than the fucking high jump in Altered Beast. So how does this handle?
It actually handles pretty good.
Because, like, a regular Altered Beast is very, like, chunky and slow.
This actually, like, other than the up for jump, it feels pretty responsive.
Oh, up is jump. You're just, like, your character's so tiny.
Yeah.
I think that it feels like a, like old PC game or a microcomputer game, because so much of the screen real estate is just like this massive as hell UI. Also, this stage is completely new.
Yep. This
But
we
yeah,
also.
the lives counter is now a lion, so I'm
Yep.
guessing you're into the lion. I mean, the background's very nice.
Also, if you did not take a look at the thumbnail for this, the box art for this game is terrible. Okay. Okay, where is
I
it?
can
There it
tell you
is.
that so far at least this seems better than the Master System version.
There we go.
Oh man, you look less like a lion and more like a Fabio.
Yeah.
I guess if you like look at it very closely, you can tell apart there's like a snout or something.
Yeah. That's...
Oh, you have the that's the bear moveset.
Kinda, because you don't have the breath.
The jump is the bear sword.
Yeah.
I think the projectile might be the tiger one. No, the tiger one goes up and down. That projectile is actually new. The boomerang one.
There we go. Actually, what am I doing? I can... Give me a sec. Because I think this actually fit pretty well.
Are we gonna put it on the borders?
Not on the border. Where is it? Did I not... Where did I save the thing to? I guess I did not save... Okay, I guess I didn't save. Did I put it in this folder? Okay, I guess I didn't have this saved somewhere, or I accidentally deleted it. Oh well. Don't need that. God. I hate this level.
I can't tell what the icon is based on the stage look. I'm assuming it's a dragon.
It's dragon. God, those little tiniest little chicken things. Also, there are no continues to this game, but there is a stage select. I hate those things. There we go. Look how many frames of animation the wing flaps are.
Yeah, that one looks very nice. The fact that he like does an electric kick is pretty funny because the original is just like an electric field. I wonder if they have well, in the Mega Drive version it's an electric field. In the Master System version you just flash. So I assume they wanted a kick so it's not just a recolor sprite. I wonder if you can cheese this by just doing electricity in front of the eye. It's usually the arcade and Master System strat. Yeah,
Yep.
there we go. You can cheese it.
We'll eventually get hit, though. It usually put in a spot where it does a lot of damage, but oh well. I have infinite lives.
Because in the Master System and the Mega Drive version, your electricity kills the projectiles as well, so if you time it well, you can destroy the boss. Oh man, the standing sprite looks so much nicer than the actual arcade version, because that one's goofy as fuck.
Yeah. Alright. Time for my least favorite stage in the entire game. Which is a shame. Yeah, why did they think that, like, putting a stage of pits was a good idea? Oh, son of a bitch.
I don't know. The stage is not in the Master System version, sadly.
Yeah, that is...
It looks like a pit bull.
Oh, don't you dare! No! Well, we're looping. Okay.
You only loop
That,
once.
God damn it.
I like how the enemy just spawns straight into a pit.
Yep. God damn it. That's usually the experience of playing this stage. Okay. There we go. Alright. Oh, I have to have a projectile.
Oh wow, okay. I like that you have the player 2 color scheme.
Oh,
I like
gives...
how goofy it looks when you fall down. Oh, the orbs heal you if you're already transformed. Wow. Holy shit, that is the actual very good design decision for this fucking game.
Also, that run animation's great.
I love it.
There we go. The head looks kind of dopey, but...
Does this have 2-player support or is
It does not. This is one player only.
I wonder if like they thought the brown color on the bear didn't look that good, so they just like used the player 2 color for the bear.
I bet you it's because you didn't have a whole lot of browns to work with either. And you blend
that's
in.
what I'm thinking. Because I think player 2 and Altered Beast, when they're a bear, they're this color. This almost feels like the
Also,
treatment that Shinobi got. Like Shinobi Arcade to Home port from Master. This almost feels like that treatment because like there's like new
yeah.
mechanics and new stuff in general. That's a pretty nice background.
Oh shit.
It's static, but it's nice.
Also, that Berman dude is a royal pain in the ass. Damn it. Okay, good. Also, I don't think I've actually gotten this form yet, so I don't know how it plays. Let's find out. Oh, wait. Oh.
Oh, it's just a shark.
It's just a shark.
So you're like Shark Man.
Oop.
Shame that you got it like
Oh.
before you could actually mess around with playing enemy.
The hell?
I think you have to hit the eyes. Yeah, you have
Oh.
to hit the eyes. That's where it was shake. Wait, you just die?
So there's like a back... hip hurt box, it looks like.
Oh, okay, so you don't cheese it. That's kind of shitty. That one-up icon would be a great emote, to be honest. You should screenshot it. Oh wait, you're on the mystery card. Never mind.
I mean, I can also just go look up at Spire's resource and probably get it there, because I'm pretty sure they have this sprite sheet.
Oh, Sharkbait is already on it. Thank you, Sharkbait.
Yeah, this boss kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Can I smack it? Yeah, if it weren't for the fact that I also... It's like... If I just had to hit the eyes, it would be fine. But the fact that I also have to...
Yeah, it seems like a bit tedious.
You have to be, like, right level. Also, your hitbox is ginormous. Curious. Oh, damn. Can't no-clip my way through this boss. Wait. There we go.
You'll get there eventually. I love how this is taking more time than the rest of the game.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, I probably could have just done boss dice. Okay. Okay. Time for the tiger. The stage is just going to be very basic compared to the other ones. There we go. Also, I like that pickups don't do anything until you land on the ground. Well, they had to make up for the fact that you don't get the transformation frame, so that is where you get... Oops. Damn it. There we go. Alright. That sprite does not look good.
The hell is that?
I think it's supposed to be a tiger. It looks like the game's broken.
Yeah, because in this stage, that's the tiger moves. But that barely looks like a tiger. That barely looks like anything. It looks like a mud golem. Yeah, those are all the moves from the tiger. This is the stage of the tiger. I guess they didn't know how to do the stripes or anything like that because the sprite is so small.
Wait, how am I supposed to kill this thing? That hit the head?
It's the red part you have to hit, like the orb. can also should be able to, at least in the original, you're able to do the up-down motion.
Okay,
That, yeah.
it just hurts.
Oh, yeah, and the other one I don't think it actually damages you because you have invulnerability frames. Also, fun fact, he's throwing tiny dragons at you, like your dragon form.
Yeah, it's... There we go. Maybe I just have to do it like at the very front, and that's what does that. Also time for the third exclusive.
Well, this is a pretty chunky version.
Yep, 8 stages.
I guess that is a bird.
It is in fact a bird. According to the thing that I saw, it's supposed to be a phoenix.
Looks like a parrot. Yeah, those guys are really difficult to do without, like, a powered up form.
There we go. All right. Okay, they just edited the dragon sprite.
I mean, this moveset's different.
If you're a... Shark, I think you're in my Discord. You can just post it in there somewhere. Let's see, what is this boss? What?
Very well-defined boss, I see.
Yes. Is that...
Is the weak point
Oh.
the head or
The stomach.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Okay.
Wait, is that the wolf?
I...
It's like a cat.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Because the last stage's meant to be...
The golden werewolf.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out. Yep, it is a Japanese-only release. The unicorn looks decent.
I mean, I've been thinking that the enemy sprites have been looking pretty good so far.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay, time to find out. Yeah, it's the werewolf.
Ah, I don't know why the act looks like that.
Oh yeah, there's
I
the
think-
dude from
I
Scream.
think my main issue is that the oh, that's a good screen. I think my main issue is that like the main character sprites look the most boring. Oh, that's a completely different fight.
Yep. Look, it's the dude from Wreck-It Ralph.
I mean, the mech version of him.
Also, I found out that he actually has a different name. Like, this isn't just Neff. This is Van Vader.
Oh, I did not know that. I thought it was just Neff.
And Neff transforms into Van Vader mode. At least, if that's what SEGA Wiki was telling me to believe.
I wonder if this game will also be like, oh, it was all a stage play. Or will it be like, no, you actually murdered all those things.
There we go.
Oh, he falls down and dies.
And there we go.
My Discord died for a second, but congrats.
And yep, sound creator Kei Ino. As in fact Kenji Ino.
I see they didn't go with the it was all just a play. Which is good. I always hated that. I don't know why they keep doing that in the old arcade games. Like, oh, it's actually not a real event, it's just a video game. They broke out the arcade cabinet.
I mean, have you seen the ending of Golden Axe?
Well, that's the beginning of Golden Axe.
Yeah, I think the ending of Golden Axe, I think, is the funny take on it, where they just actually, it was in the video game, but they leave and just go and invade the real world.
Yeah, and then this one is like, oh, it's all a stage play, and I can't remember what it was for Alien Storm.
Look at the shark!
That's a good shark.
Also, sorry, Bear, it's a stage play.
Oh, fuck, never mind. Okay. Do you think the PS2 version would have been better if it was all a stage play?
Baby. And yes, published by Asmec. Is that soft lock? I think. Nope, that's not. Alright. Well. Oh! Also, the thing's green now, so do I get a second loop? Or, I guess it just starts over. Alright, let's do a little bit of comparison.
I'm gonna say right now, this is.
I'm not gonna rank this version.
Better. Yeah, the NES version is probably better.
Yeah, I think the NES version is probably my favorite playing Altered Beast, other than maybe the arcade version. Actually, hold on, I'm curious. Do I have? I didn't put it on here, did I? Oh, okay, I did not. But isn't there? I think there is a. Unless I'm misremembering, I think there's also a PC Engine port. That's just... Yeah, there is. Okay. Because we can look at the Master System version, because people have seen the Mega Drive port. So there's a CD version of this as well that has like the music from the arcade game. Oh, this feels terrible.
Looks nice at least.
Yeah, it has that thing for the arcade version. So it has some better graphics than the Mega Drive.
Yeah, I don't think the Mega Drive had that like exploding. Do you have any cheats?
I do. I do not feel like playing through. God, that was an interesting sound. Yeah, because the PC Engine only had 2 buttons as well. So it's the same almost control scheme as the... God damn it.
Oh man, that's a big dog. Oh, it only spawns 1 dog. It doesn't do like the entire pack.
Oh! So son of a bitch. Oh! God! This game's an asshole.
Seems pretty accurate to the original.
Also, that walk animation looks wrong. Okay. There we go. A meaty sound effect.
I wonder if they had like continued to do the Sega Ages for Switch, if they would have done the Ultra B stages.
That'd be interesting.
Like, I wonder what they could add to that to make it like...
Put in the NES stuff from into the arcade version like they did for Fantasy Zone.
Maybe, yeah.
I
Like,
still...
you, like, reshuffle which beast you have on which stage.
I still think I still think that they should have done, for the Shinobi one, they should have essentially did the arcade version of the Master System game.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that the Shinobi Ages that didn't like add Master System stuff. Like, as an option at least.
Shit.
Well, now kill a dog.
Hey, God damn it! Oh. This port's an asshole. Okay. There's gotta be a third one.
I remember in the Master System version, it was like actually difficult to get this far without a transformation. Cause I tried a few times and it's just like they throw the dogs at you so much that it's like impossible to avoid.
Whereas this, the dog shows up like riding the worst possible thing in the middle of a bunch of stuff. Things just drop on you and you have no way of dealing with it. I just want to see a transformation. There we go. Oh, don't you dare. There we go. Oh, I was only at the second phase?
Wow.
Piece of shit. There we go. What?
Somebody help that dog, it's in pain. I mean, it looks pretty accurate to the original.
Yeah, you know what? I need validation. Where are you? There we go. What switches do I have? Oh, also that is loud. Oop. Did I accidentally break something? There we go. Also, that's such a good credit noise.
Rise from your grave.
There, we got a rise from your grave.
Wise from your way.
Get it.
I mean, the PC Engine version looked pretty accurate in this in terms of visuals, but this looks like it moves better.
Yeah. Phew. Oh, shit.
God, his head is so tiny.
Yeah.
God, you lose health so quickly in this game.
Yep.
I wonder if that Alex tombstone is a reference to Golden Axe. Oh wait,
Yeah.
that'll kill you? That does heal you.
Uh-huh.
That cannot be a thing in the Mega Drive version. I don't remember that in the Mega Drive or Master System.
Yeah, usually I get the transformation before then, so I'd never be able to tell.
Welcome to your doom.
And the design of this boss is really fucked up.
Yeah.
Very Dark Soulsy. Very Elden Ringy.
Yes. Alright, it's Altered Beast. Alright. I think that's good. Alright, so. Altered Beast for the Famicom/NES. Where is Altered Beast normal? 14.
I mean, I'd personally put it either 14 or 15. Because it doesn't look like it plays as well as Altered Beast regular, but the Altered Beast regular doesn't play well anyway.
Yeah. If you look at 15, you get stuff like Alien Hominid, Eternal Champions Base, MSX Covelius, Jurassic Park for the arcade, NES version of Mario's Improvement. Running Battle.
Oh, Sonic Chaos. I think Sonic Chaos is a good comparison.
Yeah.
Spy Hunter is also there. That's the NES Spy. No, it's the arcade Spy Hunter. Okay.
But they're pretty much identical.
I'd say like 14 or 15.
I'm kind of leaning on 15.
It's not as bad as people have implied it is. Because I've only ever heard it like, oh, NES Altered Beast is garbage.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna say the graphics are shrug. Also, I like the music in that.
Yeah. I'd put a bear emoji on the yay, because it has a bear.
Okay, I can do that. Oop. Okay, so I think that is good for Altered Beast, and I think that has been a good showcase of NES ports of Sega games. Why did Japan get a bunch of Sega ports? Probably because Sega had licensing deals, probably with Sunsoft and Senritsu, that kind of let that happen. Because I think some of their arcade games, they had partial ownership. So that is why you saw a number of those for that. Anyway, I think that is going to be good. So with that, let's talk about what we're doing tomorrow. So, thank you all for watching. Personal Twitter is at LoadPuzzlo. Discord is at discord.ldp.life. You can go in there, chat with the community, take part in polls. Occasionally put stuff on from Media Delta that you can watch. I do have a Patreon, $2 and $5 tiers, helps with hosting costs and various other things. If you're watching this on a VOD, twitch.tv/LoadPuzzlo, Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. There's also a YouTube channel, which if you are want to watch VODs, that's the place to do it. You get it in in higher quality. And you can find that at youtube.ltp.life. Monday, Wednesday, Friday uploads. This one will go up on Wednesday. And there's two shows that aren't shown on Twitch there, which are Media Delta and Hazeltown Story. Those get uploaded Thursdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. And since those are audio-based shows, you can listen to them by going to radio.ldp.life, and that will tell you how to put them in a podcatcher of your choice. So tomorrow, we are taking a look at more NES games. These ones are PAL-exclusive NES games. That being ones that were exclusive to Europe at the time, and Oceania, I think that's how I never hear that word pronounced, so apologies if I screw that up. So that'll be fun. Let me see let me check something. Who's live? I see that they are live, so I'm gonna send you all over to Axe, who is streaming Fatal Frame, it looks like. So send you all over to them, and I hope you have a good rest of whatever time zone it is when you're watching. So later.